Okay. Haha. So, sorry guys. Is it? Okay. Haha. Greetings everyone. This is Elizabeth and there's slight technical difficulties. I'm not sure what the heckaroni is going on. Aha! There you guys are. There you are. Let me grab my spectacles so I may see you better. Oh, look at that. I see you. I see you. I see you. Yeah, all right. So I was listening to me for a second because apparently what I thought was using my snowball microphone for I don't know how long actually wasn't using my snowball microphone. So, yeah. So fun there. Ha ha ha. Yeah, sorry about that. We are running something happened when I tried to change the name of the live because originally it was just Pattern Paper Monday, which it is. It's Pattern Paper Monday, but we're also using some Simon Hurley Easter bunnies, the bunnies. So I wanted to add that to the name of the chatty chat. Greetings, Maureen and Crafted by Jay. Jim Eber, hello, sir. Mary's Crafty Creations, how are you doing? Cordelia, hello. Thank you, Mr. Jim. I will check that out in a little bit. Maddie, the Emptiness Scrapper, hello. Diana of Oz, hello, wonderful lady. Stamper Girl, Lola. Brenda, hello. Jean, how are ya? And Linda Gorman, hello. I hope you all are having a wonderful crafty Monday, or maybe you're just getting off of work and you got to get dinner done. I'll keep you company. I'll talk my crafty nonsense with you. Maureen Pryor, hello. Yeah, so today I think this camera, I need to get a stand for this camera. Although it's looking actually pretty good today, I don't know. Some weird stuff has been happening. I feel like that camera needs to be, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like where it's sitting. It's weird. But anyways, sidetrack. You guys, we have some Simon Hurley Easter bunnies. Don't they have the boopiest noses? You just want to go boop, boop, boop. Right on those little noses. This is one of his newer releases. He just had another release through Spellbinders, I think. What one was that? That one was the Better Press stuff, which the Easter bunnies with the Better Press, so I need those. But for today, we're using these guys. They're super cute. And I already stamped them and heat embossed them. I thought it would be fun to do some of the glittery heat embossing, only because I wanted to color these with colored pencils today, and I thought it would be fun. So I wanted to save a little bit of time, so I did stamp and heat emboss these already. And then because I did get these as part of being on the design team, so I do have the dies, but they're pretty easy shape. You could fussy cut them. Dies are not a necessity. They're a luxury. Tulips. So tulips. I want the Craft by Jay says tulips. Yeah, Craft by Jay. I don't think they know. Unless they go to Spellbinders and coming soon. It might be there. Did you, because being on the Spellbinders, was that offered for you, Mr. J? Was that offered for you? Mary says, necessity! B&D Crafts and more! Hello! Oh, Brian. Brian is B&D Crafts and More. Greetings, Brian. Ha ha ha. Jean says, swear word. Fussy cutting. What? Yeah, I'm excited. I'm sorry, Jay. I did. I'm so excited. But yeah, I was happy. It's weird how they pick and choose who gets what, because there's a lot of things that go through that, you know, I don't even get the chance to pick at, and some of it's like, oh, I wish I could have picked that. But yeah, I think they knew that I am a fan of Simon Hurley. Who knows? But I'm so excited. I'm excited for the new Simon Hurley release when it's coming. I have to look at my calendar. I'm not sure when that is. You know how it is. I'm lazy. I don't check that stuff out. But we, my friends, my crafty friends, I think the window dies. Oh, I don't think I saw those. I'll have to go look. Okay, so I think we're going to do 2 cards today. I went through my pattern papers, and I was like, I want something Eastery, soft, kind of cute. And the first thing I pulled was these. And I'm like, okay, what can I pair this with? And I pulled out some other pink, and I'm like, no, let's throw in another color. And I went and pulled the purple. And I saw this guy. He was chopped up in my stuff. Honestly, I don't know. I had used the other parts for something. So this was already chopped up in my bin of purples. And I was like, oh, that'd be really pretty. And I'm like, do I want it dark? Do I want it light? Do I want it on stripities? And then things just started falling together. And I was like, well, I'll pull some of these things out to show you kind of my process. Now, if you're using patterns, okay, like patterns like these that are really condensed and full, right? You kind of look at them as a light, medium, and dark. And this is rather light. This one here, I would say, is kind of a medium to light. It's not quite dark, right? It's not quite dark. So when you've decided if it's light, medium, or dark, or maybe you don't know until you pair it up with some papers, right? These two are almost too similar, and you kind of lose this, right? It's kind of lost. So you can go even lighter, right? Something even lighter to help it pop, or you go with something even darker to let it pop. And when I set it on there, I was like, oh yeah, that's really pretty, but I wasn't really happy with how it was pairing with this. So then I went to dark again. See, it's a little bit darker than that, and definitely darker than this. So this is still popping on there. And then I was like, well, let me try this one, because I really like stripities and stuff. And here again, we've set back, and it's too similar. So these are probably, you know, mid to light. And it's hard to explain, but light, medium, and dark. That's what we're doing. Light, medium, and dark. And I was like, well, I do like the stripes. I think it does go with it, but it needs something to help it pop off the page. And I was like, well, I'm liking this. And then I went and put this back in here because it's, you know, it's that nice and dark. And I was like, ooh, I really like that. But I really like it like that. I like that all by itself. And for whatever reason, the simplicity of the roses in the creamy paper. And this is a very light pink, almost creamy pink. Okay. I decided, let's make 2. Let's make 2 cards because I'm loving this. And I really love this. And I like this where we have the big chunk and then the strips down the side. So this is what we're going to work with today. And then each will get a little bunny set up, either that one or the other one. And then we'll have our cute little Easter cards with our little fun pieces. So I've got my 2 card bases. We're going to chop this one down super quick. Okay. well, super quick if we can find our chopper guide. And you know what? Let's do Monsieur Crunch. Monsieur Crunch. Where are you? And if you guys don't know Monsieur Crunch, the gray guy, he's Chop Chop, and this is Monsieur Crunch because he kind of goes crunch. He's our decal trimmer. He's got the teethy teeth. Oh, isn't he fabulous? Okay. So we're gonna cut this at 5.5 because I do that, right? It's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and I need a single card panel, so I'm gonna start by cutting it in half. Okay, so this is ready for 2 more card panels, whatever I need, and we go from there. And then we're gonna cut this in half at 4 1/4. Okay, so we got our 2 pieces. And because I always trim my card panels down, I'm not sad that this is a decal, because then I can just trim that off if I need it straight for the next card. Ramona! Hello! Heather from Sunflower. Heather! Hello, Miss Heather. So, but we've already started and we've got our 2 sides. So we're just going to continue this down, and I'm going to take it down to 4 by 5 1/4. 5 1/4. Okay, 4 by 5 1/4. Which means, oops, one of my card bases, I buried them, that this is going to be on our nice white creamy panel on our nice white base. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Pretty. And then for the section, because remember we held the big pieces up, and we liked seeing this go down the sides here. So what we're going to do is decide if our paper is directional. And for me, this paper is very directional. For me, the layout is this way. So I want to make sure that I get enough of the paper to run this way. So I'm going to go, this one is 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut this down to 5, right? So I need a height of 5, so I'm going to turn this to the side, and we're still going to do our decalies, right? So I'm going to start at the bottom just to get that decal going. And then I'm going to flip it and get that decal to measure at the 5-inch mark, right? Now we're going to trim a little bit off of the one side. And basically we've gone from 5 1/2 to 5. So normally we would do 4 1/4. So we're going to take off a 1/2 inch just like we did with the other length. And then we have this beautiful piece that's left behind. Which then, oh, look at that. And if we feel we want more of the cream to show through, then we can just hack off a little bit more. But I'm loving that. You guys, that could be a card right there. Just put a little sentiment on there. Sometimes you can find spectacular, just spectacular pattern paper. Don't be afraid to use it. Chop and done. I mean, there's nothing wrong with putting maybe a little bit of ribbon on here. Tis the season for stinky bugs. I just killed one earlier. Get over here. Ooh. Oops. Pardon me. He made cookies on my desk. Ew. Ugh, stupid bug. Ew. Sanitize. Sorry, I just squished the ink bug a little too, stink bug, a little too hard on my desk. Ugh. Blah, blah. Got his guts all over my desk. Okay, so, whew. Sanitized bug off my desk. I can smell it here. I know, right? Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, you find a nice, beautiful piece. You can very simply put a flag sentiment ribbon with the sentiment on the ribbon. Gemstones, you know, just a nice cute little line of gemstones in a couple of corners. Very simple, very easy to go. Very quick cards. So we've got these going. We've got our little bit of white showing. We've got a little bit of the cream showing. And then that's actually ready to go. And don't be sad about pieces like this. Ugh, isn't that gorgeous? Because you can, you know, do something like this. And then, again, sentiment flag. And then you can even make even more because you're using less of your pattern. But look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Or put a little circle or a square or a diamond in there and then put your focal point in there. It's so pretty, but again, that's kind of directional. I think it would go like that, but yeah. So we save these little pieces. We're going to put that back in with our pink straw. Now I feel like bugs are crawling on me. So let's go ahead and adhere this part down. Yeah, they show up in spring and early fall, and we just wish they would go away. Stinky stink bugs. Okay. Make sure, well, I guess it doesn't matter when I put this to this. And using a wet glue, you can kind of adjust this before actually pinching it together. Yes, I destroyed that bug. These, I don't know if they're actual stink bugs, but they kind of look like a pan. And I try not to smell after I squish them. Try not to use my nose, because who knows if they actually stink. But in Washington State, the stink bugs looked a little bit different, and they stunk. Like, if you squish them, they just stunk. And it was a weird, gross, nope, that goes like that. Gross, stinky, I don't know. And then we're gonna get that on there. It's a little crooked, but that's okay. So there's our first card, almost done. Markers are falling out of their home because I overreacted to the stink bug. So there's that one, all nice and ready. We're gonna grab Chop Chop because this other one I don't think needs deckling, but we're gonna use this for our card base because we're doing a light, medium, dark, and then back to kind of a medium-ish. So we're kind of doing a thing. We're kind of doing a thing. Okay, I'm looking, this was from a pad, and so it's got sticky stuff on it. So I'm just cleaning that up. We're going to go down to 5 1/4. 5 1/4 by 4. Again, we don't want to throw this away, right? Because we could have a nice little chunk just like we did with their other heck. We could even, look at that. We can even put those together. That would be cute. Oh, I like that. Maybe more over and then a little something in there. But yeah, so you can just keep layering and layering. Okay. So here's our card base. That's going to give us a cute little border. Okay. And then we're going to take this piece down. Let's straighten it out first because we got a hot mess going on. So this can go down to, let's see, this is 5. So down here I would get a 5. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so I'm going to cut here. Hopefully. Might be a little less than 5. I don't know what I'm doing. Put this down here. So we used that as a 5. So that's off with a half. So we're gonna do 3 3/4. And then we're just gonna trim a little bit off the bottom just to make sure that this is all straight, because I feel like maybe it wasn't. And then we're gonna, ooh, yeah, look at that. Audition. We're gonna audition our paper. So we've cut everything down a 1/4 inch, right? So this is the stripes is a 1/4 inch smaller than this, and this is a 1/4 inch smaller than that. I really like that. But if we want more of the stripes showing, we would just chop it off, right? Now this piece is just some paper, but this piece is a piece of mulberry, so it's got the little fibers in there, okay? And I kind of want to use that fact that it does have the fibers. And what we're going to do is wind up folding this over so it looks more interesting and more finished than just, I don't know. We don't want to cut it straight. This is a different kind of paper. So we're going to use all mulberry paper, but we're going to distress it a little bit because we want those little fibery bits to come out and play and have a nice day and all that fun stuff. So we're gonna get a little puddle of water, okay, and we're just gonna dampen the edge. It's been a while since I've done this, but it'll work, trust me. Okay, so we've dampened the edge, and then we're just gonna gently tear, okay. And it's going to get fuzzy and kind of cool, hopefully. Yeah. And all I'm trying to do is make sure that there's no longer any straight edge, right? So now we have that nice fuzzy edge, and that will dry because, well, it's paper and water. It'll dry. Mulberry, yes. And this is old mulberry paper. However, I have seen some Dollar Tree $1.25 hauls where they're packs of scrap papers, and they're finding like mulberry papers and stuff in there, and some of them are just not as fun as others, and then some have like little hidden treasures in them. But yeah, so we're tearing this. Purple rain like my deep. Okay, so I'm trying to grab and read. Pardon me while I try to do two things at once. I'm trying to do multitasking here. Oops. And if it's not going, just dampen it again. Don't try and force it too much. Because like right there, that's not pulling because there's actually a fiber there. Look at that. All those cute little fibers just poking out there. Yeah. Okay, let's throw these little hairballs away. And then I need to dry this because, well, we don't want our card wet. Yeah, no Barney. Ooh, no Barney. Okay, and then we're gonna hopefully, yes, aha, it still works. Oh yes, I was a little worried because I went kind of far in on this side, but it works great. It works great. So let's dry this a minute. And you know what? Oh, it probably wouldn't even show up. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. We're gonna throw some mica stain on the card after we get this part done. Just dry our little bitty bits here. There we go. Okay. I love that little hair dryer. Not hair dryer, but that little dryer. Okay, now remember, I said I wanted to wrap this around because I think it'll just give it a nicer finish. Okay, just like so. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Ugh. Okay, so we're going to wrap that around. And to get this to stay, what we're going to do is we're going to use some score tape. Just because you could use liquid glue, but I think score tape will do a better job. And then we're gonna put foam behind this piece and have this piece stand up. And there we go. It's like I've lost the end. I've lost it. I lost it. Okay. So all we always got to do is peel the backing. Peel the backing. Do. And we're gonna decide how we want this, because this paper has some pattern in it too. So do I want more of that showing, which I do not, so I'm going to make sure it sits on this side, and then I'm going to fold that over, and then we're going to fold this over. Okay, look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then this little this little piece here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get this where I think I want it. Then I'm going to fold it over. It's going to be a little bit different, but it'll work just fine. Get that folded over. Okay. And then make sure that's where I want it. And then I'm going to fold over this piece. And it's just gonna, I don't know, it's just gonna wrap around and hug that. It's just gonna be a bit different. And we're not gonna glue any of this front part down. It's all gonna be held in the back. And it will be perfectly fine. I promise. Tea! Hello, hello! Okay. We don't need as much tape. But we're going to put a little bit of our tape back here, like so. And that's going to stick to that. And it may not seem sturdy when we tape our paper to our mulberry paper, but once we put down the foam tape behind all this and stick it down, it's going to be wonderful. Don't worry. That foam tape will hold everything in place. Just making sure everything's nice and sturdy, and we can even put it on the back of this if we're not sure. Put that tape on there, peel that up, make sure that's looking good, and fold that over, and then we have that looking fabulous. Okay, so there's that. Okay, and then I am going to trim this a little just so that we have really good contact with our foam. Just get this little chunkies off. There we go. See that? It's all perfect. I'm going to grab our foam. We're going to prep this panel to get it ready to go. Alright. We're going to stick this. And see, we're going to use that foam tape to stick right to the paper and everything. It's going to hold everything in place. We're going to come to the other side. And we're just going to stick that right over the everything. See that? And then we're going to put a medium piece right down the center. that's it. That little chunker is done. We're going to go ahead and glue this down. Make sure our paper's going good. And again, you can use whatever kind of adhesive you like. Tape runners, ATGs, double stick tape, score tape, glue. I do like a glue. There we go. Now, I'm going to peel the center piece. Okay. Boop. And then I'm going to make pull tabs with the two bigger pieces. So I'm going to pull it down about an inch and flip it to the side. Okay. Pull it down about an inch and flip it to the side. Okay. Now, these parts, well, aside from the middle, the sides are not going to stick. So I can kind of, okay, I always do that. I want this to be the top. So that's the top of my card. So I'm going to flip everything over so I can maneuver. But see, now I can maneuver this all over. And if the center gets stuck a little, it'll be okay because it'll pop up a little bit easier. And then we can kind of decide through the bottom how much of that we want showing, right? And then we can kind of look at the top, the bottom, and if we like that, right, then we can push with our thumb in the center to get that to stay. And then we're going to come up and get the top part, okay? And then we're going to put our hand on it, but not too hard because we still have to pull this out. And then we're going to get that one. And then we're going to get that one, and now we have it stuck down. And for me, it's going to go like this. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So we have those. That went really easy, right? That's like easy peasy lemon squeezy. So we have our two card bases ready for our Easter bunnies. Look at how cute they are. Oh my goodness. Those little boopy noses. Just boop. Boop those noses. Outlander series. My husband watched that. Yeah, that was one of my talking about Outlander. You guys, that's a good show. From what I've seen, I haven't seen like everything, but it's pretty good. Okay, and for all you reading the comments, Outlander is also a TV series and apparently a book. So if you're a reader, you can read the book. Oh, I wanted to add a few drops of mica stain. We got our purple in there. Oops, let's move those. Oops. Got a little bit where I wasn't supposed to, but it'll be all right. It'll be all right. I should have splattered before I put it on the box, but now we have some beautiful shimmer splatters. That's going to kind of tie everything together. Okay, we're going to go ahead and clean those, clean those up, those splatters. Okay, so now we're going to, yeah, see, I got just a little bit at the bottom of the card. Right there. I'm not too worried about it. You know, it's handmade. It's handmade. If they're gonna complain, they just won't get one in the future. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. We're pulling out the pencil. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so we're gonna do easy coloring on these, and then we'll do a little bit more detail on those. Please come in closer. Aren't they the cutest? Oh my goodness. So let's see what kind of bunnies we want. I think I want little, yup. We're gonna do one of the bunnies just like so. And this I did heat emboss with some shiny embossing powder that I got on clearance at Joann's, which was weird because I didn't even know they sold it in the first place. And I'm just using a light hand. Okay, I'm not pushing too hard. I'm not stressing my pencil out or anything. We're just gonna do an old school coloring. It's a little weird to color around embossing powder, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Get those cute little ears. Very basic. Very just color it and be happy with it, right? Nothing too stressful. Something you could do sitting on the couch. You know, you've stamped a bunch of these. You could turn on your favorite Outlander episode and just do some coloring in between. It's like the embossing is helping us stay in the lines, but it's a little hard because I want the color to go right up to the line, and it's kind of resisting. It's like, no, you can't get that color right up in there. So I'm just going to add a little bit more color in the face. I think that area is a little light. Just darken that up a little bit. Nice, easy coloring. See, we don't have to do nothing fancy. These are the Brut Funners. Not the like 500 pack. These are the square Bruts. The square Brut Funners. I really like them. Okay, and then this little guy, I think he's going to be a little gray spotty. So we're just going to pick some random areas. And for the spots, I'm going to do kind of a dark center. And then just scrub in some lighter areas. So we get some dark and light on those little spots. Okay, so we have some dark area, some light area. But still, I'm just going over it, not really pushing too hard. I don't feel in my lazy coloring we need to push too hard. I like having it look like colored pencil, right? So then I'm going to come in with my darker gray, and I'm going to go right around some of the spots, not all of them. Okay, like so. And then we're going to add that in there. And I know it's hard for you guys to tell, but it is a couple of shades different. And then we're going to come in with our super light gray, or a lighter gray. And then we're just going to fill everything in. Anywhere there's any white, we're just going to go ahead and fill it in. Okay, and you can go over what you've already done. You can just go around the edges. So we have a cute gray bunny, and it won't matter if you go over an area that's already been colored. This is weird. I don't know if I'll do colored pencil with embossing powder again. That's kind of weird. Gotta admit, it's kind of weird. Hey, get those little toesies. Look at our cute little gray bunny now. Look at him all spotty and wonderful. Happy Monday! I like little white cottontails. Their tails are gonna be white, but we're gonna make them fluffy whites. We're gonna make those fluffy white. Okay, and then we're gonna give. See, we've got pink roses for a background, and then we also have this one for a background. I think I'm gonna use that guy on that one, and we're gonna use those two on that one. So we've got pink going on. Let's say that's her favorite color. Her favorite color is pink, and he knows this, so he's gonna be the fun boyfriend that brings her pink flowers for her little hair. And he's brought her a fresh flower today. We're going to do that. And then we're going to use a lighter pink and just fill in any areas that are not white. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to get this creamy pink, which is almost, I don't know, it's kind of a different color. And then we're going to use that on their noses and the inside of their ears. This is actually picking up some of that embossing powder. That's interesting. Clean my brush. Whoever posted a picture of their card using Alta-New Midnight Moth stamps, I blame you for the box of crafty supplies I just opened. Somebody out there was an enabler. Okay, so there's our bunnies. Those are kind of a simple design, and then we'll go back and fluff their tails, but we got to do that at the very end. So this little cutie patootie, this one I think we're gonna do in a darker reddish brown. Let's see what we got going on over here. Ooh, that's too red. What's this one? That's too brown. Okay, we're gonna do a combo. We're gonna do this brown with the red brown. So I'm gonna go through and do my color in. Yeah. And then I'm going to pick one side of this rabbit to darken up. Okay, maybe the sun's coming from over here. So I'm just going to pick this side and darken it up. Just a wee bit. Just like so. And then not push so hard with the rest. Definitely weird. I don't know. Do you guys color pencil over embossing powdered images? I don't think I would recommend this to anybody. It's kind of frustrating because you can't get in there like you normally would if it was just a pencil, because it's thick. It's like blocking my pencil. It says pencil, you can't go in there. And I'm like, but I needed to go in there. Mr. Simon Hurley, how are ya? We're just coloring some Easter bunnies today to go on our panels. Decided to pull out some colored pencils. But I heat embossed them, so not something I would recommend. Maybe color and then re-stamp, because if you leave it in your stamp positioner, you can color with it right in there and then re-stamp and then heat emboss it. I think that might be a better choice for next time. Okay, now we're going to go in with our red, because remember, I wanted a reddish brown bunny. And I'm just going to come in here and we're going to do a little bit tougher pushing so that it kind of smooths out our rabbit. Okay, so we're going to just kind of give a little bit extra pressure. He almost looks like a chocolate Hershey bar. Or Hershey bunny. Right? And we're just gonna press harder. Okay, Brook Fronters and Prismacolors. I own them both. And I know that once you start adding the pressure, they call it burnishing, it just, I don't know, it just changes the outlook, but you don't have to. Don't have to. You can leave them all color pencil-y if you like. But for this guy, we're just going to do a little bit of extra. Get him all nice and chocolatey brown looking here. Kind of hard to get in there. It's like, get in there. And if you get pencil crumbs, everybody will recommend that you brush them away with a brush. I try not to swipe with my hands because my hands are really toasty and it kind of melts the crumbs and then I get streaks or I swiped a crumb away, and we don't want streaky crumbs. Nope, no streaky crumbs. Okay, so we have our beautiful chocolatey brown bunny. Okay, now we're gonna go, okay, he's so cute. We're gonna go in with more of a pink nose this time. Okay. It's still really light and almost creamy. Get the center filled out. Clean my pencil. And go around the edges. And then clean my pencil. So there's his cute little nose. See, he's sparkly because of the embossing powder that we used. Sorry. Well, hello T too, but hi John. Okay. And then we're going to do some flowers. Let's see. Let's do some orange flowers. What kind of orange? Ooh, that's a nice orange. We're going to go orange in the center. And again, I'm pushing, giving a little bit of extra pressure. Not a ton, you guys. You don't need a ton. And what I'm doing is cleaning my pencil because whatever these pencils are like in oil or whatever, it actually does catch the black. Ooh, that's nice. And then we're gonna do little red tips. Oops. Don't scribble too close to your image. Still got to cut it out. There we go. They're like little sunset flowers. How cute. And then we'll just color these ones this color. Just like so. Again, just with a little extra pressure to help it burnish it in. I think that's a flower too. Get that one. Okay. And then we need some Easter eggs. So let's do a yellow for our yellow friends. And I'm going to do the center before I get to the edge, so that we don't draw any of that black in. Okay, and then we got our yellow for our friends, and then our purple for our other friends. And then we'll do a blue one for some other friends. Sorry, we can't do like all the colors. There's only 3 eggs. There's not enough. And then let's do this nice blue one. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Do a little bit of green for our greenery. Okay. And then we need a basket color, which we'll do a light tan-ish. I want to make sure that it's going to look okay with our rabbit. And then we're just going to fill in some areas with this one and then get a lighter one if I have one. So just go in there and add some spots. See what this color looks like. It's kind of more of a yellowy brown, but that's okay. We're going to go in and fill that in. Any of our white areas, and we can go right over the top of the other color we put in there. Just give us some texture to our basket. Adding a little bit of pressure. Come on. Get in there. There we go. There we go. Look at that. So we can do a little bit of burnishing. It didn't take much. Okay. Or we can do it the old school coloring style, which I like. I like both methods. I do. Then we're going to get our wonderful dies. There's that guy there. And that guy there. Ooh, did I? Yes, I can run them through at the same time. Look at me. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. One of my things escaping. Can't have an escaping die. Miss Pam went to take a nap. And so she said she was going to try to hop in, but yeah, she was tired. She's taking a nap. She had kind of a long day. She had to take her car in and get it serviced. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put these down. Again, dies are a luxury. They're not a necessity unless you feel they're a necessity. And then by all means, dies are a necessity. I like dies. They do make it a bit quicker to get things done, right? I mean, you set it down, you send it through, and you're good to go. I'm going to tape these two because I don't want those dies to accidentally get over the top of each other. So I'm just going to make sure that, because they're super close together, I don't want them to slip over the top of each other. Okay, so we got our little critters all ready to go. And then our card base and our card base, and look at that one's got those nice pretty little strips. Okay, and 1 and 2, look at those just pop right out of there. Okay, we're gonna put this one on this one. Okay, and then we're gonna put this one over here. But here we go. Okay, we have This stands out just fine because we have a nice light color and then we've gotten a little bit darker with our coloring. This one, it kind of blends, and we could try and change it up, see if that helps, but again, it kind of blends, and I really like that one there, and I want this one here. So to help this one pop out, there's a few things that we can do. And you know, this might be our little bit of savior here. Let's take and decide. I pulled out my hexagons and my diamonds. I feel like one of those might be good. And we don't need a ton. Oh, that would be perfect. We don't need a ton. So we can do a couple of things. We're going to test the colors that we already have. We're going to see if that is going to help it pop off the page, which that does. That actually looks really nice. I don't particularly think that's enough contrast going on there. And then, of course, we have this nice light pink, which is also really nice. And it does kind of go with this. But I don't know. I'm feeling the vibes of this. Feeling the vibes of this. Where we bring this back in. So let's cut our hexagon with that. Because we can. We'll get this in here. We'll get this rolling. And I'm going to cut out most of that lighter color. So we're going to put that through there. And then this one, I'm feeling like a diamond would be fun. But maybe a hexagon. I don't know. And this one doesn't need... Oh, look. Yeah, no, that one. Look at that. So we're going to bring our diamond into this one here. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Oops. Get there. Stay put. Stay put. Okay. And then this little guy. Ooh, look at that. Even cute just like that. Look at that. And then, oh, look at those two. Oh, that one turned out really nice. Okay, this one here. Okay, nope, I'm not a fan. Once I've got it down, I'm not a fan. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Let us... Is it the shape, maybe? Maybe he needs a triangle too. Let's cut a triangle, but I think it's going to be on the lighter color. I think that's just what I need. I need the lighter one. I need it. I think I would want that hanging off just a little bit. Oh yeah. Aha! Yeah, he just needed a little bit lighter. That's alright though. Look at that. Oh, I love that. Fabulous! Well, that's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's get these guys glued down. That's gonna glue right across there. Like so, and then we're just going to glue that down like so. And you could totally pop this up if you want, but if you got to mail it, nothing wrong with putting it down flat. Just kind of get that kind of lined up in there. So there's that guy, and then we could put a little sentiment across the bottom. And what's nice about these two, right, they don't have to be Easter. There's no eggs. There's no chicks or anything. It's just a bunny giving another bunny a flower. So this could be a, hey, I'm thinking of you, or, you know, something along that line. Maybe you're having an anniversary, and or, you know, you have some bunny special in mind. So the rose paper is from my stash. Unfortunately, I have no idea. There was a barcode, but it's really old, and it didn't have a name with the barcode. But if you type in to your search engine rose patterned paper, I'm sure that you'll get a whole bunch. I bet you if you just like walk into like Hobby Lobby or somebody that has single papers like Joann's, they might even have a rose patterned paper. But or you can make your own rose patterned paper, right? We've done that. We've made some patterned papers before. But there they are. We used Pattern Paper Monday and the Simon Hurley Easter Bunnies. Okay. See, like this here, spread your wings and fly, that is not Eastery. So you could totally put that on this. No bunny loves you like I do. That one right there. So if maybe I just needed to give something to my hubby or whatever, I could put a little thing right there, a little flag, or maybe a flag here. And by a flag, I just mean where you take... Let me get this little piece here, because I'll flag it. You take your rectangle and you cut up the center, and then from the stop, right, to the corner, you cut. And again, from the other side, from there to the center, and you've made yourself a nice little diamond, okay? And there's your little flag, right? You could totally drop a little flag in there with your little sentiment on top of it. It would be really cute. Or do a flag, you know, somewhere there. You know, it would be cute. It would be cute. That one would be cute. So I like the Easter bunnies because you can use them and not be Eastery. Because it even has a happy birthday. So, yeah. Or somebody, you know, extraordinary. Just to be a pun on the words. How did we not use that bunny? Yeah, the bunny with the butterfly is adorable. And then we get extra butterfly just to stamp. But, yeah. It's pretty, huh? Pretty cute. This little one chilling on his little eggy. These ones are funny. I've used these ones. I've got video or live where I use those if you guys are interested. And then, yeah. Alrighty, my friends. I hope you enjoyed making 2 cards today. Trying to show you how my mind works. And I was going to use it all as 1 card, but it spoke to me to be more simple with this. And you know what? I even did this different than I wanted to. I wanted to have big, bold cream on there. And we didn't. And that's okay. Where we would have had, you know, more cream down the sides. But that's alright. That's alright. It still turned out really nice. Isn't that funny how that works too? But, yeah, Cheryl Jackson, thank you for popping in. I thank you all for hanging out with me. I will be back here on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Bring a snack, bring a drink. It may run over more so because we're going to be using the Better Press plate in our hot foil machine, okay? So... yeah, because I don't have a Better Press. I have a letter press, which I used and broke, by the way. I have to watch my video back, but I broke my letter press the other day. I'm not sure what happened. Could have been the metal dies I stuck in there and crammed through the machine, but that's all right. That's all right. Just go with the flow. Yes. Have a great day, everyone. If you're interested, again, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, and I will see you on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Bye-bye.